Be serious, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Atlanta Falcon Nation, what it do, people? It's a Tuesday night. We have your annual, weekly Atlanta Falcon Nation heavy hitters. Heavy hitters, you ask. To my stage left over here, we have Mr. Jew, Talk, Sports, Calm Before the Storm. And at the bottom of the screen, y'all know this guy already. It's Mr. Mad.
I'm doing my mad scientist thing. I'm doing my Dexter's laboratory thing right now.
Dexter laboratory ass motherfucker, aka the mad scientist. And this is me, KStlyz, aka the sixth man, the goofy mother, whatever y'all want to say. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey man, I got something to say to you know how I am about these Atlanta Falcons content creators. I'm about to get in that ass tonight, so you guys be prepared for that. But I'm great. Otherwise I'm terrific. Y'all already know how I be. Up. I got something up my sleeve, man. I just say that.
Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and get in character right quick. So hold on. Yeah. What's going on, fellas? Damn, I can't see the comments worth shit there, so I just gonna do this for a quick little. But before we get to the first topic, I'm gonna go ahead and give shout outs to the people already in here. We have Mr. David M, down South Georgia boy, ATM 3405, Fred Moore, Twisted Torch in the building already. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to him as well. That's AFN family right there. Prince Ward, Tavon Watkins, Keyshawn Vlad, J-Rock. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Twitch because he got some games for y'all too. So
we got
what we got planned for
later on tonight. Hey man, let's just go in these keys. This is the last one. It's going to be extremely short, to be honest. I don't think it'll be much different, but man, this is the last one. Last one, man. So we gotta come out of this bitch with a bang, if you ask me, man. That's why I said I got something. I got something for the ass tonight.
Well, you dad in the building. What's going on, OG?
Not in a good mood. I'm just gonna tell you that. I'm in a good mood, but I'm not in a good mood when it comes to these stupid Ryan haters, man. I ain't got time for that weak crap no more. Anymore. You got me talking really. Y'all got me talking like a down South Georgia boy for real.
How about that? Don't bring the Pastor Troy out in that motherfucking boy. Yo,
how you doing, Mr. Red?
Mr. Red
in the building.
Exactly. So you say we're gonna go ahead and get into the three keys for the night.
Just get to them keys, man. Get to them keys. That's it.
Three keys. Oh, I just want to make sure I put the right one down. Don't look. I'm about to say don't mind the notification. I didn't get it set right. So, all right. So, we got the three keys to the Falcons versus Bucs Part 2. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with Mr. Jew Talk Sports. What you got for me, homie?
My first key to victory. We haven't done it all season, and I'm gonna just start with finish. We have to work on finishing these games. Forget 60 minutes. What's the last quarter? 15 minutes? Can we just finish a game this season? Just close the deal. Whatever we got to do, whoever's up, whether it's Younghoe Koo kicking a game-winning field goal, kicking to go into overtime, whatever the case may be, a game-winning interception, catching the touchdown, running the touchdown in. Hey, look, I don't care how we get it done. At this point, this is the last game of the season. We 4-11. Hey, at this point, I said we were gonna go 11-5. It's looking more like 5-11, or maybe 4-12. So at this point, my first key to victory is this: look, finish. Let's finish, guys. Like we've been saying, 60 minutes. My boy KStlyz, 60 minutes, and we all know that we the 3.5s or whatever y'all want to call it, 3 and 1/4, whatever. We can't finish for whatever reason, whatever it comes down to. Young Way Cool, he's been automatic all season until last game. So it's just like I don't even want to call this team snake bitten, but it's just like we haven't finished all season. We haven't put it together all season. Like if we can just get a good team win, the offense do their job, the special teams do their job, the coaching, just we need it all to come together. And it's the last game of the season. It's time for us to put it together. My second key to victory, we all know what I say every week. Trench warfare, as Mike said last week, or on the post-game show a couple days ago, run the football, play good defense up front, stop the run, get after the passer. Tom Brady's a sitting duck. This is the game. If you haven't got a sack all season, this is your chance. Tom Brady has nowhere to run. He's not going to outrun anybody. So if you want to get a sack, all those guys on the defensive line should be licking their chops. John Kaminsky, all of those guys. Steven Means, this is your last chance. If Marlon Davidson happens to play, these guys should be licking their chops because this is the game. Dante Fowler, everybody's been on this case. This is the game right here where you can have 2-3 sacks because Tom Brady, they want to throw the ball down the field. That's just how Bruce Arians and his offense works. They want to stretch the field. So that makes Tom Brady hold the football. So if I'm those guys up front, I'm licking my chops. And I'm saying, get after the quarterback on the offensive side of the ball, run the ball, be physical. We talk about it. Don't allow that defensive line of the Buccaneers to pin their ears back. Because we've seen last game, when it came down to that last drive, when they knew we didn't have any timeout, they were able to pin their ears back, and it was pretty much a wrap. Matt Ryan couldn't really do anything because they were sending that house. They were sending the blitz. And when they start sending those linebackers, we know they got fast linebackers just like the Falcons. Devin White, you don't want those guys coming downhill. Devin White and I forget the other kid's name, but the other linebacker that they have. But both of those guys are really fast guys, and they're going to come downhill. So in this game, run the ball, physical on defense, get after Tom Brady, play tight man-to-man coverage. I don't want to see a lot of zone in this game because we've seen what Tom Brady does to zone. He will dice that zone up. So let's play some press. Let's send some zone blitzes because it actually worked against Tom Brady the first time. Don't show where the coverage, the blitz is coming from. You can't show Tom Brady your hand. If you show your hand in this game, it's a wrap because Tom Brady knows where his hot read is. So in this game, you have to send different blitzes. Send Keanu Neal. Send Sherrod Neesman. Send guys that he's not expecting. Send Isaiah Oliver on the blitz. Like, don't just blitz the linebackers because he's going to be expecting those guys coming in. So drop some guys in the coverage. Last game, we've seen Jacob Tuioti-Mariner almost had a pick. Dropped back in the coverage unexpectedly, and he just dropped it. But, I mean, it was opportunities last game for guys to have interceptions. Jacob Tuioti-Mariner dropped one. AJ Terrell dropped one.
AJ.
Boy, Lewis held on to his. So it's going to be opportunities in this game because they play that no risk it, no biscuit type of offense where they're going to put the ball in the air. That was one of the main reasons why Jameis Winston threw so many picks last year because Byron Leftwich and Bruce Arians believe in stretching the field. So let those guys pin their ears back on our defense. And then my last key to victory is just coach this game smart. If you get in field goal range, kick the field goal. Don't do anything dumb. You know how Raheem Morris and those guys get. They get cocky saying we're trying to play aggressive. Don't be stupid. If you got the field position, kick the field goal. If you're not in, you don't got the field position, punt the ball. Like it's simple football. Don't do anything out of the ordinary. Now, as far as like on the offensive side, this is for Dirk Cutter that doesn't know how to set up plays. You better call every play you got on that play sheet. I don't care what it is, a reverse pass, whatever you got on that play sheet, this is your last game because we all know that he's auditioning for other jobs. So at this point, hey, it's all out. Whatever you got on that play sheet, whatever trick plays you've been holding all season, because we seen last game, all of a sudden he got creative. We seen a shuffle pass to Hayden Hurst. We've seen some creativity that we hadn't seen all season. So I don't know if he has anything else left in his, in that trickery, any trickery left. But whatever trick plays you got that we haven't seen all season, whether it's Russell Gage doing some of that wildcat stuff that we've seen, whether it's even allowing Todd Gurley, like we've seen early in the season, Todd Gurley back there taking snaps at the wildcat. Let's see some of that. Put Ito Smith, put Brian Hill back there in the wildcat and do some of those things. So let's give them some unscouted looks. Because the Buccaneers, they know what to look for in this game. They've seen the tape of, on our receivers. We know that we're running the same exact routes all season long. We know that Calvin Ridley's going to do what he does. We know that Matt Ryan's going to do what he does because they do it every single week. Matt Ryan will probably throw for over 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley will have over 100 yards receiving again. He's done that 4 weeks in a row. So, at this point, we know it's the usual suspects. At this point, we just got guys that's out there auditioning. And at that point, I'll go ahead and kick it back to you guys. I know I probably covered everything.
They get a different perspective from each guy. So, hey, you good, you. All right, Mike, what you got?
I think the first one is just give one person opportunity. Just give one person the opportunity. We've seen this over and over again where you have a hot guy and all of a sudden we stop using him. Ito Smith was running well. So why do we just take him out of the game? He was out of the game for a good 5 to 6 minutes. He didn't play. We just went away from him. Just stop using him. What's the point of doing stuff like that? All right, that tells me that the coaches are more concerned about their job and how they look as a play caller, as a coach, than the actual players. That's incredibly concerning for me. So I want the first one. If the running back, whoever the running back, if Brian Hill is in a rhythm, give him the damn ball. Just give him the ball. You don't take the ball out of LeBron James if he's got 20 points in the first quarter. Why the hell would we take the ball out of Ito Smith's hand? You know what I'm saying? You don't do that to Steph Curry. If Steph Curry is hitting hot, if he's hitting damn half-court shots, you don't take the ball out of his hand. So why are we doing stupid crap like that? It's just coaching. Like, give the hot guy the ball. I don't give a damn if it's Christian Blake. If Christian Blake is playing, if he's balling, keep feeding. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the spoon, bro. Boom. Keep on eating. Let's keep eating. What are we doing as coaches? You feed the hot guy. So the first one for me is feed the hot guy. I don't give a damn who it is. If it's Caleb McGarry, if he's out there in the damn slot catching passes, throw it to Caleb McGarry. You feel me? Give it to the hot guy. Stop being idiots. Coaches are complete idiots. Second one. Okay? Second one. Give that boy every opportunity to be a run blocker. Who am I talking about? Who am I referring to? We already know for a fact that Alex Mack may not be back. He may not be back. Sit his old ass down and put Hennessy back in. I don't care if he's ready. I don't care if he's healthy. Hennessy needs to play. If we don't keep him, we can trade him away for assets or a future guy, whatever it is. But he needs to play. There is nothing else for Alex Mack to prove at this current time in his career. He is what he is. So let the young guy play. And the third one, you kind of stated this. But why are we not? Why are we not? Tom Brady has always had issues with zone blitzes. You go back to playing against Rex Ryan. the Jets, whether he was with the Jets or he was with the Ravens, he's always had issues with the zone blitz. Even against Pittsburgh, he's always had issues with zone blitz. And we get scared. You just get scared and stop it. Oh, Tom Brady, he's too smart. He's going to figure it out. Excuse me? Let him figure it out before you stop it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're beating ourselves. So that's for me, man. I think we got to keep that zone blitz, that third one for me, man. So KStlyz, what you got, bro?
Oh man, y'all kind of covered a lot of what I would go say. I know probably people are gonna be looking at me as like, why am I eating? One thing, that's what the running backs need to do. They need to be eating. I don't think a lot of y'all don't know what I'm eating over here. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the bootleg version of Lucky Charms. But
hey, man.
But for real, I'll give my 3 keys here is, bruh. I actually found a meme that actually describes what my first key is gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all right quick. Let me go ahead and get rid of that right there. It says Atlanta Falcons second half.
I know that. Yeah, I already knew you was going there with that.
But bruh, it is 60 minutes to a game. Whatever goes well in the first half, first quarter, needs to be going on until it has 000 on the clock. Because you cannot be, like I said, this is the last game of the season, so this is audition tape for everybody, coaches included. 9 out of 10, this coaching staff is not going to be here next year. So we need a culture change. So definitely run the, like Jude and Mike said, run the ball. Because Tampa Bay is not going to sit no starters down. This is a division game. I don't blame them. You want to destroy your competition. You were destroying your competition the last game. And then the second half, you went into this soft shell, ramen noodle ass defense, and it didn't work. So you need to keep your foot on their necks for 4 quarters, 60 minutes, 000 on the clock at the end of the game. Second thing you need to do, and I need to see some halftime adjustments.
Oh my God.
But Mag, I am not eating college cereal. This is KStlyz cereal. This is my cereal. I bought. Hey, this was for me. But yeah, like I said, Tampa Bay is gonna come out blitzing because they saw that's what worked in the second half against us the last game. So we got to get the ball out of Matt Ryan's hand as soon as possible, which means
that's a good
swing passes, screen passes, tight ends must be involved in this game. I don't need to be seeing you coming out the gate trying to throw 15-yard hook routes to wide receivers that can't get open. Because you have to remember, we do not have wide receivers that can really be possession types. As much as I love Calvin Ridley's weakness is he doesn't catch passes inside the numbers. So we must get the ball out fast, quick, and in a hurry. Get the ball out of his hand so he don't have to get blasted every damn play. And my third key, and this is going to go to Raheem Morris, do not challenge. Do not challenge plays that are obviously going to fail. It's been too many times that you done took over that your ass done made challenges on plays that were so obvious were going to fail that it cost us timeouts in games. I don't need to see you challenging a first down and this guy's already 3 yards past the first down line. I don't need to see that. So, yeah, so that goes into coaching has to be smarter. They have to adjust. And like I said, it's not like you and Mike where my stuff is kind of in depth, but hey, that's going to be my 3 keys. I'm just getting straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
You good, KStlyz. This coaching staff needs simple because we remedial. Our coaching staff is slow, so we need to be as basic as possible. At this point, we don't need to break nothing down, dog. We don't need to break nothing down. They slow, so we gotta break it down to the minute. We gotta keep it simple, dog.
Hey man, I got to get into this. I'm just going to get into this because this is just highly disrespectful, man. I got to get this off my chest, man. I don't like this for a number of reasons. I don't want to give that coward any type of, shine because, I said I was going to change and I'm gonna just leave it like that. But to call another man who plays football, a man that has kids, a man that has done nothing for this organization besides give his absolute all. He's really given his heart, his soul, and his body to this organization. And we got fans that are literally going out of their way to call this, like tag this man on the social media and then call him a beta male. Just cowards. None of you guys, if you ever see this dude in life, half of you son of a guns will be running up with a t-shirt, boots, or a piece of paper or a football card or whatever. Have him sign an autograph. Y'all have all this energy to say this on social media about a man that has done nothing but give us all his all for this organization, and not just for the organization. This man has been a model citizen when it comes down to off the field issues. He ain't killed no damn dogs. He ain't kicked puppies. He ain't beat his wife. He ain't beat his girlfriend. No domestic violence issues. None of that. This man has done nothing but break NFL records. We're talking about the great Peyton Manning. We're talking about better than Joe Montana. We're talking about better than Steve Young, Warren Moon, Dan Marino. And Dan Marino's probably had the best, like we're talking about stats. This dude has better numbers than every one of them. The only thing that he doesn't have is that touchdown thing. Tom Brady, he's far and above when it comes down to the touchdown. Okay? This dude has done nothing but win. Offensive Rookie of the Year. One of the greatest NFC as far as the everybody love the PFF scores. Yeah, he was rated highest ever in NFC Championship game. Had one of the greatest throws that I've ever seen in a Super Bowl, along with Julio Jones's catch. That right there, how do you not appreciate this? This man got us to a Super Bowl. This man won MVP. Oh, even when he won an MVP, guess what the guy did? Oh, he broke a record. Broke a record, okay? You guys say what has Matt Ryan ever done? He broke a record. 13 different receivers in a season. Throw a touchdown to 13 different receivers in the game. And this is the stuff that you guys say that Matt Ryan, all he has is Julio. If that was the case, what's the other 13 people? What's the other 12 people he threw to? He's targeting more than one person. 13 different, 12 other players besides Julio Jones. And you guys say, guess what? Julio Jones made him. Roddy White. Roddy White was on his way to be a damn bust. He was a bust. But you guys don't even appreciate that. He made how many? Mike Mularkey, he made Mike Mularkey a head coach. He made Kyle Shanahan a head coach. Dirk Cutter a head coach. I can just keep going on and on. But you, Mike Vick cocksucker, still don't appreciate that. What is it going to take for you to respect this man? Just as a man, fuck the football. Because he's done nothing but give nothing. He's done nothing for this organization besides give his all. When the same guy that y'all worship gave y'all two fucking, he said fuck all y'all. But guess what? Y'all still on his nuts. Still on his nuts. Still worshiping him. Okay? So all you content creators, okay? All you content creators, and this is, I'm wrapping it up. But I want, this is a public a service announcement to all you content creators. Yes, I do hold you guys to a higher standard. I hold myself to a higher standard. It ain't nothing but love and positivity over here. That's why Jew is here. That's why KStlyz here. That's why your boy J-Rock, Miss Maggie, Low, Chair Artist 404, my boy Don from the Feline Sports Podcast, Devontae, even the guy that helped me in this, Lieutenant Dan and Unintentional Grounding. All these guys, Jazzy Jeff, all these guys have helped mold Mad Mike to what he is today. So ain't nothing but positivity and love over here. But we got to stop going at these players the way they, because half of you punks ain't even, you can't even tell. Somebody call you ugly. Somebody call your mama ugly. Y'all be ready to fight, ready to shoot somebody. But y'all want to do this. Y'all want to do the same crap to these people on social media as if they don't have family on social media watching you guys do this, harassing their family. So that's all I got to say, man. Which y'all want to speak on this? Because I can keep going on and all day, man. I see a lot of cowards that are content creators thinking that they can just say whatever they want to people, tagging these people got family. These people, like, this is serious. These people, you see guys like Hayden Hurst that suffer from depression, and you guys get on damn social media and you say all these ugly ass things. You don't know if this man, what he's thinking in his head. He can go back and shoot his ass in the head because he saw a fucking tweet from you. Know what I'm saying? Y'all weak for that crap, bro. And that, like, seriously, that's all I got to say. I can't get behind that crap, man. As a content creator, man, we need to be held at a higher standard because we got a lot of people that's following us and that enjoy what we do. And they watch every single second. Our kids, our nieces, our nephews, a lot of people are watching us. We got to be better, man. And that's all I got to say about that.
I'll go ahead and go next on this. Beta male. See, now that's not even football related. You call anybody a beta male that you don't know, that's a reflection tactic. See, you can't really call a football player a beta male because this game right here takes a toll physically and mentally. Then you have to deal with fans that don't like you. Because let's just be honest, this is the same as that situation that Donovan McNabb went through in Philadelphia. Because remember, when he got drafted, they booed him out the building because they wanted Ricky Williams. Now we can we can criticize Matt Ryan for his play on the field as far as okay, he's not being assertive enough on letting coaches know what he want to do, or he may have made some questionable throws here. But when you start talking beta male type stuff, you're basically questioning this man's manhood. And that is beyond football right there. That's a coward right there. Because that's something that you wouldn't say to that man's face if you had the chance. Because, like I said, we can defend his play on the field. And like I said, you have a corner of the Falcons fans that wish Matt Ryan was never here in the first place. Like I said, we get that. There's a lot of people like that. They said wish Matt Ryan never was in the NFL in the first place. But when you start insulting somebody's manhood, that's beyond football. I like I said, I say it like this. If you ain't, like I said, if your only argument is he's a beta male, them fighting words right there. You're basically saying you want to fight this guy because he's not what you wanted him to be. And like I said, I'll throw a couple comments that I did see in here a little bit. Well, Sean Jones here says, why can't he throw the 13 receivers? Now Kyle Shanahan made Matt Ryan and he was an MVP under Kyle Shanahan. Why can't he do that now? I'm about to say, and like I said, I'm finna say this in a respectful way. Why isn't Jimmy Garoppolo an MVP if that's the case? Because if the Shanahan offense is what made Matt Ryan, Garoppolo should be an MVP right now. You have to remember this guy done went through 4 or 5 offensive coordinators in his career. Most of your elite quarterbacks that y'all would say were elite have had one system 10 plus years. Now, and then like I said, those type of fans right there, them usually the fans that call us dumb, they call us stupid because we defend Matt Ryan and what he does. Like I said, I wish he did better. It's more than Matt Ryan could have did. And that's how any other Falcon fan would say it. But at the end of the day, he doesn't miss games. Like I said, you can't be a bum if you top. Like I said, and we're gonna use this as stats because we have to remember, Hall of Fame is all about stats. It's not about your image and that. It's all about the stats. Because if it's all about image and stuff, Matt Ryan will be on the bottom of the totem pole because he doesn't have commercials. He doesn't stand out. Like I said, if you look at that Lakers dynasty in the 80s, Matt Ryan is Kurt Rambis.
Yeah.
He's Kurt Rambis. Like I said, Kurt Rambis, didn't nobody give a fuck about Kurt Rambis. But Magic Johnson told you in the interview, if it wasn't for Kurt Rambis, this team wouldn't be what it was now. This team wouldn't be without the championships because that's the lunch pail guy. So my thing is, okay, yeah, Lakers won championships, bro, but I'm gonna have to put this guy on here because, like I said, I'm gonna respectfully say this right here. Like I said, just say you hate Matt Ryan's guts because like I said, Mike, and like I said, I know you haven't really saw the chat like that, but this dude really has a problem with you. I would just be real with you.
Hey man,
before you get him,
I don't even know who got a problem with me. What's his name? What's his name?
But at the end of the day, like I said, the type of fans like this are the type of fans that set a bad example for guys that might want to play. That like I said, that like when it comes to free, you have to remember free agency. A lot of these players look at the fan base too. That's one aspect nobody really talks about. They look at fan bases. But the thing about it is you set a bad example. Like I said, you might, like I said, with this fan base, I'm surprised anybody want to play in Atlanta because of this. Because you have guys that have been loyal to it. Like I said, you may say, okay, he hasn't won as much as you want him to win. But I look at the Detroit fan base, for example. Matt Stafford ain't won a playoff game yet. And I don't even hear this type of hate that Matt Ryan gets. I hear Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers in San Diego was beloved. They ain't even won an AFC championship game. But the thing about it is, if I was Matt Ryan, to be honest with you, if I was Matt Ryan, I would want out of Atlanta, to be honest with you. Because if I was Julio Jones, I want out of Atlanta. If I was Grady Jarrett, I would want out of Atlanta too. Because it said he said Matthew
Man,
Stafford.
get that fucking idiot off my motherfucking channel. Get that fucking dumbass off. I ain't got time for that dumbass shit. Like, let your like, look, man.
Yeah,
just get him off, man. Just get that dude off here, man. Like, I ain't got time for that. Like, that's what we don't do here.
Yeah,
I respect everybody's opinion. You know, Sean Jones is like one. Sean Gomes and Sean Jones, both of those guys are notorious for being anti-Matt Ryan guys, but they still show respect. It's all about respect here, dog. This is what we do here. We show each other respect for our opinions. Don't be disrespectful. So if you're going to continue to be disrespectful, you just got to go. This is not the platform for you. You can go to Twitter with that. You can go to Reddit. You can go to Facebook. Facebook got 1,000 damn. Go to Atlanta Falcons Bird game. Those are your people. Go there and hang out there. But you ain't coming here. Excuse me, dude, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm about to crush their dreams real quick. So y'all know how I feel about Matt Ryan. I made a whole, if y'all go back on my channel like a year ago, I did like an hour-long video talking about Matt Ryan. I went back and forth with my cousin. He's a Dallas Cowboys fan. He was saying that Tony Romo was better than Matt Ryan. And I was like, come on, dude. Like, what had this man done? And I feel like the biggest problem, and I'm going to go to basketball for a second. I think the biggest problem with Matt Ryan haters, the first thing they'll say is, well, Matt Ryan doesn't have a ring. That doesn't mean anything for the individual player. It's just like when Michael Jordan was losing to the Pistons and losing to better teams. He was losing to the Celtics when they had Bird, Parrish, McHale. They were a better team, but it was nobody in a right frame of mind that was going to say Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars were better players than Michael Jordan, player for player. And that's the player, and that's the problem that I have with people that consistently say, well, Matt Ryan doesn't have any rings. That's a team accomplishment. Winning rings, and that's the reason why I don't call Tom Brady the GOAT. Because he played with a great team. The Patriots was a great organization as a whole. He played with great defense, great coaching, great special teams, great players around him, great running game. Like it's a lot that goes into that. And that's what the biggest problem with the haters. The only thing they really can say about Matt Ryan is he doesn't have a ring. And that was the main reason. Y'all know I'm a huge LeBron James fan. That was the main reason LeBron left Cleveland the first time. Because I feel like if LeBron never leaves Cleveland, that first go round and goes and plays in Miami, he probably never wins a ring. And the reason why is because he couldn't get big name players to want to come play in Cleveland. LeBron tried to recruit guys, but it's a small market. Nobody wants to play in Cleveland. So they could never get another star like a Dwayne Wade, a Chris Bosh, to want to play in Cleveland. It was nobody in their right frame of mind that thought that any of those players on the Celtics, Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, did anybody in their right mind think that one of those guys on that roster was better than LeBron James when they were beat? No, they played for better teams. It's the same thing with Ryan. He just on the Falcons. If you put Matt Ryan on another team, put Matt Ryan on the Patriots with Bill Belichick coaching.
Put
Put
him
Matt
on
Ryan.
the Rams. The Rams would be 2000 Super Bowl champions right now if they had Matt Ryan. They would have scored more than 3 points in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Put Matt Ryan on the Saints. Like a lot of people always has this comparison, Drew Brees or Matt Ryan. Put Matt Ryan with a great offensive mind like Sean Payton for his whole career. Because what people don't realize, he's in this one system. Drew Brees has been in that one system. Other than when he was in San Diego, when he's been with the Saints, he's been in that one system the whole time. Same thing with Tom Brady. He was in that one system in New England. He didn't have 4 and 5 different offensive coordinators. Coaching matters, and that's why we talk about this on this channel. Another thing, and I don't know if KStlyz can find it for me real quick, because I know he likes pulling up stats. I went and looked up Matt Ryan's stats for his career. And one of the things that's alarming to me, go look at how many times Matt Ryan has been sacked the last 3 years. As you get older, we should be protecting Matt Ryan. He's been sacked more in the later half of his career. He's been sacked 40 plus times the last 3 years. He's been one of the most sacked quarterbacks. And that's the problem I have with Dirk Cutter. Everybody that says you guys are Matt Ryan, Ryan Knights, whatever y'all want to call us, once he pulls up this stat, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, or why Matt Ryan has struggled. And it really is not him necessarily struggling, but him being sacked over and over and over again. Early in his career, when he had a running game, when he had Michael Turner, when we actually had a great offensive line that protected him, and we were balanced on offense, we were one of the best offenses in the league. Now that we went back to Dirk Cutter, and it's all about pass, let's throw the ball down the field, Matt Ryan has been one of the most sacked quarterbacks. He's been abused, and that's the problem that I have with Dirk Cutter. And this is the problem that a lot of the fans, they don't go and look at the stats. They don't go and research. If you go do your research, you'll see why the Falcons are struggling, why the Falcons continue year after year have the same issues. We talk about the Falcons being soft and that it's a culture issue. Well, this is the problem. We're not balanced. And that's the problem with the whole Matt Ryan. You have to separate the player from the organization. You can't just lump Matt Ryan with the Falcons and say, okay, well, he hasn't won a championship. Well, let's explain why he hasn't won a championship, because there's reasons behind it. Not just because, okay, it's Matt Ryan, it's his fault. Because if you look at Matt Ryan's stats, he's not throwing a bunch of picks. He's not the reason that we're losing these games. Go pull up Matt Ryan's stats for this year. He's top 5 in passing this year. I think he's 4th in passing on the season. So if he's 4th in passing yards, and if you go look up his QBR, if you go look up his completion rating, I think his completion rating is like 66%, something crazy like that. If you're over 60% completion rating, you're a good quarterback. He's almost at 70% completion rating. As much as we throw the ball, and we're not even as unbalanced as we are, you would think that his completion rating will be way less, because teams know we're throwing the ball, and he's still completing all of these passes. So this is our point. This is what the fans have to go and look at. Do your research. Don't just state, like I've seen the video, and I know what Mike was referring to when he was talking about a lot of us as content creators, we're not being responsible. What we're doing is we're watching ESPN, we're watching these big networks that say, well, since the Falcons lost, it's Matt Ryan's fault. Did you watch the full game? Because a lot of these guys that are analysts and things of that nature, they're not going back and breaking down these games and actually watching the full game. They're watching 5 and 10 games at a time, so they're watching highlights. It's one thing to watch somebody's highlight and to watch the full game and break down the film. Matt Ryan, he's only had this season, to me, Matt Ryan only had 2 bad games this season out of a 16-game schedule, or 15 games played so far. The game against the LA Chargers, and then the game he had a bad interception against the Panthers, if you guys remember, where he threw that bad interception. I think he tried to throw it to Russell Gage, where it kind of was just like a bad pass, and it was really like we would have scored that touchdown. That would have put us, I think we would have took the lead in that first time that we played Carolina. Other than those 2 games, Matt Ryan is balled out. Go ahead, KStlyz. I see you.
All right, I'm about to say we got a super chat from Sean Jones here. He basically said, y'all know I love you guys and I love your show, but you know I got to get on Matt Ryan when he's not playing good. And that right there, like I said, you have to get on, like I said, if you talk about guys that don't play good in certain games, that's understandable. We understand that. But the thing about it is when you start talking about beta male, as in you're basically calling him a bitch. In the nice term, you call him a bitch. Like I said, that's like I said, if it's something that you won't say in somebody's face personally, that's something that you don't need to say. Because
Right.
and I know who you talking about, Mike. I seen it early. But the thing is, you come up to these football players and you start talking the type of trash like that, these football players are liable to whoop your ass. I'm just gonna keep it real. And Drew, you said pull up the stats of how many times he has been sacked. Hold on. I want to go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share screen this so people can see what I'm looking at for this season. All right. Okay, we're looking at. God damn it! I got this bootleg ass pew. So mind me. Okay. So if I move, damn it! Come on. So we're gonna okay. Where you see where it's highlighted at? You see where my cursor is at?
Right.
Okay. So how long we done had Dirk Cutter? Like what was the years we had Dirk Cutter as offense?
I think he came back 2019. 2019.
Yeah.
2019.
2020, he done got sacked 88 times in 2 seasons.
Come on, bro.
88 times.
88 times.
88 times in 2 seasons. And what was the years we had beforehand with Dirk?
I think I know it was 2012, I think 2011 and 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
10, 11, 12, and 13?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we can go ahead and we can look at hold on. Okay, here we go. So we're looking at 28, 44, 31, and 30. So this dude then got sacked almost 200 times in 5 years with Dirk Cutter.
Oh my goodness.
And if you look at the numbers, all of the ones that are the high numbers in the 40s, those are all Dirk Cutter. 44, way up there, 42, 48, and 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad. And another interesting thing that I see now when I'm looking at the numbers, the sack numbers. I know a lot of people think that mobile quarterbacks kind of saved them, but mobile quarterbacks, I'm just going to give you guys the sack numbers just from this season. You look at Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has been sacked 45 times. This is another mobile quarterback, Russell Wilson. He's been sacked 45 times. Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's necessarily a pocket quarterback. I think he's in the same category as Matt Ryan, but Daniel Jones is another guy who is a mobile quarterback. He's been sacked 52 times. 43 times, excuse me. 43 times. These are mobile quarterbacks. Carson Wentz is another guy. He's been sacked 50 freaking times. So when you look at the numbers, all you guys like to say that, that a lot of like mobile quarterback being able to run saves you. It doesn't. We just proved it yet again. You guys, we always talk about stat Ryan. Well, the guys that you call the best, and if he can run out of, pressure. Well, we just pretty much proven that to be false. Like I said, the mobile quarterbacks that you guys are worshiping right now, these guys have been sacked more times than Matt Ryan. Let me say that again. The mobile quarterbacks that you guys worship, Russell Wilson, everybody loves Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, who's a mobile quarterback himself, they have been sacked more times than Matt Ryan. So what does that tell you? What did that tell you, Jude?
I always say, I've been saying it. We've been saying it on our channel. All the three of us been saying it. Like, it's the play calling. If you go and if you pull those numbers back up when Kyle Shanahan was here, even when early on when Mike Marlarkey was here, we were balanced. Like, I think that first season, they said he was only sacked 17 times his rookie season. It's a huge difference from 17 to 40 sacks, 48 sacks in a season. That's a huge difference. And what that tells me is we're not even attempting to run the football. It's not that we're not successful. We don't even try to run the football. That's what that tells me. And that's play calling. And Mike knows that I've been saying this all year long. I love me some Carson Wentz. I really feel like the problem in Philly is the same problem that we have here in Atlanta. Doug Peterson wants to throw the ball all over the yard. He doesn't want to use his running game. The year that they won, if you pull up Carson Wentz's numbers in 2017, the Eagles were the number one rushing team in the league when they won the Super Bowl. The number one rushing team. That's the reason why they were able to win the Super Bowl, because they were physical. They literally beat us with Nick Foles doing RPOs the whole game and running the ball. Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount, they basically just out-physicaled us and out-physicaled everybody. They went and beat the New England Patriots and dropped, 40-something points in the Super Bowl running RPOs and running the football. That shows you. If you're the more physical team, they roughed Tom Brady up, got after him in the trenches, and they ran the football. And they won a Super Bowl doing just that. So the Falcons need to look at that blueprint and do the same exact thing. Like I said, it's just these offensive coordinators are just super cocky. They want to do it their way, and that's why we're struggling. That's point blank in the period. And I'm gonna continue to defend Matt Ryan to the ends of the earth, because we can see just by the numbers. When we just pulled up the numbers don't lie. The numbers show it. When you're sacked 40-something times since Dirk Cutter's been back here, that's play calling. That has nothing to do with Matt Ryan holding on to the ball too long. When the number jumped from 20-something sacks to 40, almost 50 sacks in a season, that's a difference of 20 sacks. So you're telling me Matt Ryan every game is holding the ball too long? And if that's the case, he's holding the ball because nobody's open. So that means you're not creative. That's what that means. That's not Matt Ryan. He's holding on to the ball because what y'all gonna do? If he throw an interception, then what they gonna say, Mike? Matt Ryan sucks. He's throwing the ball in the double coverage. Well, nobody's open. We clearly pulled up. I've seen on Twitter where they pulled up that one play when those two wide receivers were out there running. It was nobody open. Matt Ryan sitting there holding the ball, and they're like, well, he could have ran 10 yards. That's besides the point. The point is, y'all say Matt Ryan's holding on to the ball. It's nobody open. Like, where's he going to throw the football? You can't throw the ball away every single play. So I don't know what they want Matt Ryan to do, really. I don't know what they want from Matt Ryan at this point. I don't know what they want. I mean, we've given them the numbers. We've given them the stats. We've given them the facts. I think we need to do a whole film session on Friday night when Big Low do it, where he can just break down, just showing plays where nobody's open. These guys are just running the same exact routes over and over. Nobody's open.
Yeah, we're definitely going to. I'm as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing a film breakdown with that. But I've done a video with Dirk Cutter's breakdown. If you guys want to check that out, I would definitely put that in his route concepts. I would put that video in the community tab. So you guys, look, everything that we're saying right now, we actually back up with the facts and the film. This is why you guys need to tune in to Coach Lowe on Friday. We are giving you guys the opportunity. We're giving you the opportunity to see it for yourself and not just take our word for it. These are the facts.
I want to cut in too, Mike, really quick. When we do our breakdown, if you end up doing a film study, what I would like Coach Lowe to do, if he can get some clips from Shanahan in 2016 and then Dirk Cutter, so they can see the difference. Because I think the biggest problem with these fans, they're not seeing the difference. You know what I'm saying? They're not seeing the difference on film. But if you could show them on film the difference, the creativity, then they will probably be able to see, okay, what we're talking about, guys running wide open.
I'm glad you said that, because that was a project and I just totally forgot on. I forgot about it, man. I forgot about that project. I'm going to write that down, and I'm definitely getting on that. We're going to make sure he gets that, as well as you got some questions. They got some questions in that KStlyz? Comments, some questions or comments you want to kind of speak on? This is Q&A session.
I see a couple of them here. Let's see what this was said. It said when Shanny, well, okay, Reggie C2K said when Shanny was here, he got the ball out of his hand more quicker. But that's what that offense is determined to get that ball out the quarterback's hand quick. That's that's what the West Coast offense is about. It's about getting the ball out the quarterback's hand in less than 3 seconds. See, the thing is, I think what a lot of people don't really see is this dirt cutter offense is really kind of like a deep passing offense.
Yeah.
What we always said Matt Ryan's strength was the play action game and the short passing game.
Yeah, short intermediate route. That's what he's always been. He's never been he's had a okay arm. He can throw the ball deep, but that's not his strength.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's what we're talking about as far as you having two different philosophies as far as quarterback and offensive coordinator that does not fit well. See, like I said, and I'm a name quarterbacks like you may that you'll say, well, at least they won Super Bowls. If you look at Drew Brees' game is quick passes, let the wide receivers do their job. Tom Brady's been doing that for 20 years.
20 years.
Now, Aaron Rodgers is kind of a rare breed because he takes shots like a mud. But
he's in the West Coast offense. He's in the West Coast offense, and his arm does the deep throwing.
Yeah. But like I said, we can all agree right here at us as the heavy hitters to say Matt Ryan could be a little better. That I'm just saying as far as a quarterback in general. We can say he could be better, but you have to have the right system for him to be better. See, Kyle Shanahan's system is friendly to any quarterback.
Exactly.
Because you can boot out, move the pocket, you take that rush away, and you can throw quick passes. That's what that Kyle Shanahan offense is about. It's about quick passes, moving the pocket to the outside to get away from the rush.
And it doesn't need explosive receivers for that offense to be productive. Like he gets it out. That offense is predicated is just on taking advantage of the defense. You can't cover everything. That's he knows that. So that's why he does crossing routes. He has running backs coming out. He has fullbacks going out in the slot. You don't know what's coming. That's the beautiful thing about the West Coast offense. Don't have to have a talented arm as long as you can read a defense as a quarterback. I mean, you looking at right now. I mean, you go back to 16. The Falcons had Jacob Tamme and Levine Toilolo, bro. We're talking about Jacob Tamme and Levine Toilolo. Let me say that again. Jacob Tamme and Levine Toilolo. None of those guys couldn't run a 4.8. Okay? Their guys were slow as dirt. And yet he got production out of them. It's all about getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands so he doesn't take unnecessary hits. That's the issue. It's all scheme, bro. You can't win without the proper scheme and protecting your players.
But here's a comment that I want y'all to kind of tackle. I'm going to tackle it first. Dwayne Ware says, Dirk is not telling Ryan to hold on the ball that long. That's on Ryan. See, here's why I'm going to have to disagree, and I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on this one, is because if you actually look at the routes that are ran for some of these plays, you can't get in it. Like I said, if he got rid of it in the way that he was, that y'all think he'll get rid of it, it'll be damn near intentional ground in every play. Because you have to admit, like I said, I understand that everybody kind of wants that mobile quarterback that can run and get yardage on a dime. But the one thing about those quarterbacks are susceptible to getting hurt quicker.
Exactly.
These defenders looking at these quarterbacks running, they're going to want to tear his head off. Why do you think Russell Wilson stopped running like that? We ain't heard about Lamar Jackson running as often as he did last year.
Exactly.
So, like I said, you can have a mobile quarterback. Like I said, if you have a quarterback that can get yardage when it's necessary, but you have to remember this is a pocket quarterback, so we can't expect a pocket quarterback to be a running quarterback because You got to think about it. As a quarterback, you have to get rid of the ball in less than 3 seconds. Once that 3-second clock is up, it's all games here. And if you ain't got no receiver that's open in them 3 seconds, but you kind of have what I call a mush rush, especially with these D ends and these D tackles, that's going to kind of hold Matt Ryan in that pocket like that. He can't really get rid of it like he wants to, because he either going to get intercepted or he's going to get an intentional grounding. And that you're talking about 5 yards and a loss of down. So would you rather? So, and if he takes sacks, that's too much. That's going to be a pounding on him. So the thing is, you either going to get an intentional grounding, lose a down, throw an interception, or get sacked. Now, if it was one of these offenses that where they move the pocket to the outside, like the Shanahan offense, then that they have a little bit more to work with. But if this is more of like because this is a deep shot offense. Remember, this is the same offense Tampa Bay ran in 3 to 4 years, where Jameis Winston led the NFL in turnovers. And that's interceptions and fumbles. So, like I said, you can't ask a pocket quarterback to be a Michael. You can't ask a pocket quarterback to be a Russell Wilson.
Michael Vick wasn't even good at what he was doing. He was just bad. Let's be real.
Yeah,
he wasn't good at evading sacks.
Well, say this too, Mike. If Michael Vick was playing in today's game, the athletes now are much better than when Michael Vick was playing against.
Yeah,
if he got out the pocket now, Montez Sweat and these guys like that, Chase Young is hunting him down. That he ain't running for like how he was getting those 50-yard touchdowns and stuff like that. Ask Lamar Jackson about these athletes now, where you got these defensive ends that play power forward in college, and they're not fat boys. These guys are faster than your quarterback, faster than your wide receiver. They're like dang near Julio Jones lining up at defensive end. Look at Chase Young. Go look at Chase Young's combine. That dude is not a fat dude. He's not slow. A lot of these guys that you're looking at, Dante Fowler is not slow. Tat McKinley, Big Beasley, those guys were not slow. That's the reason why Dan Quinn fell in love with it. These guys are athletes. You see Foye Luakon pick that ball off and look like
my God,
he had the ball in his hands, juking guys. Like these guys is not slow. So all of that thinking, if we have a running quarterback, they can escape and escape all of these pass rushes and escape the sack. No, that's scheme, and that's what KStlyz jumped right into it before I could actually get to it, talking about Kyle Shanahan. Where if you're doing those bootlegs, when in 2016, when Matt Ryan would get in trouble, if you're doing a bootleg, you're already outside of the pocket, so you can throw the ball away. A lot of these plays, these 5 and 7 step drops, these play action shots that we're taking down the field, Matt Ryan is in the middle of, he's faking the play action and he's dropping back 5 to 7 yards. He's still inside the tackle box, meaning if he throws it away, it's automatic intentional ground. So and to be honest, how many times have we seen this year Matt Ryan actually escape the rush and run for a touchdown against Carolina, a 20-plus yard touchdown, bootleg out and run for 10 yards? It's not like Matt Ryan is not athletic. He's not Michael Vick, but he's still athletic and he's mobile enough. Like KStlyz says, he's a pocket passer. He is a pocket passer, but he can get out of harm's way. He's very good at getting out of harm's way. I just think we want to see the elite athlete like a Kyler Murray. But what happened to Kyler Murray when he tried to run? He got hurt. Right now, Kyler Murray is hurt. He hurt his shoulder because what he was doing, running. So that's what I'm saying. So that's not the end all be all is running. The scheme is what the end all be all is. We had a better scheme, and if we actually had a running game where we're not so predictable, because if you guys remember in this last game, I think it was right after Foye Luakon got that interception. We threw the ball 3 straight times. The first play was a jumbo set, 2 wide receivers out, tried to take a deep shot. Matt Ryan got sacked. It's plays like that, those negative plays that has been killing the Falcons all season long. One thing that I've loved, that I've seen over these last couple games, how many times have we seen Matt Ryan on first down do a play action pass and throw it in the flat to Keith Smith? He gets 5 to 7 yards. Easy. Wide open. because he's getting the ball out quick, out of his hands. And if you were listening to the broadcaster, they said it multiple times. Moose Johnson said it multiple times. He said, it's the easiest pass in football. That flat, that fullback's gonna be open every single time. Nobody's covering him out of the flat. It was even one play where he bootlegged out and Calvin Ridley came backside and ran and was wide open on the bootleg. So it's plays like that we're not seeing, that Matt Ryan is best when we get the ball out of his hands, get the ball into the athlete's hands, and let them do the work. A lot of these schemes that we're seeing, Dirk Cutter's having Matt Ryan hold on to the football, take 5 and 7-step drops, and that's when the sacks come because the offensive line can't hold up. A lot of these teams, like the Saints, that sacked Matt Ryan that first time, like 8 times. Those are the type of issues that Matt Ryan, in situations that Matt Ryan has been put in. It makes him look bad as a quarterback, but we can't see when you're watching the TV version. We can't see the guys downfield that's covered. It's a reason why Matt Ryan's just sitting there patting the ball, and then when they reverse the screen and show the real screen where we can see all the wide receivers, 9 times out of 10 is nobody open, which means it was a coverage sack.
We give you guys with film breakdowns here at AFN. This is the version. This is why I do these breakdowns so everybody can see the field and how they see it as an announcer. And this is why these announcers are saying these things during the game. KStlyz, you want to go in that before I go?
I was going to get into this comment by Wallace Smith. He was saying he was getting sacked 45 to 47 times a season. Yes, he was, but you have to think about it. About 65% of those sacks was because of him. The thing about Michael Vick was definitely like he's exciting. He could run for those yardage, but he kind of had that Barry Sanders mentality as far as I'm going to try to make something out of nothing, and he ended up taking sacks that were 15 plus, 20 plus yards because he was trying to make that happen. So you have to remember Michael Vick was a one read and run quarterback, which was if Algie Crumpler was not open, he was going to look to run. Now, you may have said there were certain games that, okay, he may looked at his progressions. Like I said, that's why we give the credit to Andy Reid, because Andy Reid knows how to work with these quarterbacks and know how to get the best out of them. See, the problem with Michael Vick in Atlanta was outside of Darren Reeves, he had Jim Moore Jr., who really doesn't give a fuck about developing nobody. And that's where we got to give Arthur Blank kind of like the side eye as far as Michael Vick's development was, because, like I said, and I'll say me included, everybody in Atlanta ate up Michael Vick running the ball. That 2002 game against the Vikings made him a lot of money, made Atlanta a lot of money when he ran that ball against the Vikings in overtime. So when they saw Michael Vick running, that was like a cash cow right there. So Darren Reeves wanted more out of him, so they fired Darren Reeves and brought Jim Moore Jr. because Jim Moore Jr. was just going to tell Michael Vick, hey, do what the fuck you want to do. You can run it. I don't care. You ain't got to know the playbook. If you don't see it, just run. And Michael Vick missed games because of that, because he would try to make a play so much. Sometimes you would see him limping. Now, with Matt Ryan, like I said, he is a pocket quarterback. He's not going to run like that. There are some plays where if it's 5 yards and it's open, I would like to see him run as well. I will agree with that. But at the same time, you have to think he's trying to make a play downfield as well. I think any quarterback that, like, especially in today's NFL, like I said, them 5-yard runs are not guaranteed, even if they're wide open. Like Lamar Jackson can run his ass off. I will admit that. He has 900 rushing yards right now. See, but the problem with Lamar Jackson right now is when it comes to the playoff, these defenses already have a game for him. You could look at the last 2 playoff games, Lamar Jackson, he's had no impact on the Baltimore Ravens at all. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking at Dwayne Harris again. He's coming in with some more shit. Hold on. I saw he's basically saying Julio Jones is the only wide receiver he can trust. I mean, shit. Like I said, hey.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't really agree with that. I think he trusts all his receivers. They wouldn't be on the roster if he didn't trust them. I think it's more so that you have to put these guys in position to make plays. And this is something that I deliberately made these film breakdowns because of the questions and the comments that you guys were giving. Why is Matt Ryan patting the ball so much? Well, because the freaking route concepts are just, they don't make any sense. Sometimes, like, we still seeing this same stuff today. We got 2 or 3. We had like 3. Me and KStlyz were talking about this. We had 3 receivers running same routes at the same area. And I don't know how the hell Matt Ryan still got the ball in to I believe it was Stalker. He fit the ball in the Stalker. 3 receivers in the exact same vicinity. These are the things we're talking about. You got to have a better game plan, better route concepts with these guys. And this is what Dirk Cutter doesn't understand. This is not 1999 anymore, okay? This is not 1999 when you with the Jacksonville Jaguars or whatever year it was, 2000, early 2000. This is not how it works. You have to have a legit plan to attack offense, whether it's the attack the defense, whether it's from the running game or the passing game. You got to set up plays, and this is a concept he's just yet to understand. He's yet to understand. He doesn't care about that. All he cares is about, my quarterback is extremely good. I have Calvin Ridley. I have Julio Jones. We're going to make it work. And yes, a lot of the time it does work, but you can't live on that with good teams. You can't live on that. These are very good teams that we're losing to. These are very good defenses. They're going to figure you out. This is the NFL. These guys are the best of the best in college. The best of the best. They're going to figure you out. So that's the issue that I have.
Okay. So I also have a question too. I'm gonna let you hit on this question as well. But this is not a question that's in the comment. It's especially for a couple guys that's in the comments, Jermaine Scobie and Dwayne Harris. Like I said, I understand y'all are Saints fans, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, well, as we know, the Saints have won this division 4 years in a row, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what was the changing point for the Saints to win this division 4 years in a row?
Boom, boom, defense, defense, defense,
and a running game.
There you go. That's what we were talking about.
Defense and a running game. Like I said, once the Saints made that cultural change that we're going to be physical, and we're not going to, like I said, Drew Brees going to throw for his yard, but we're not going to rely solely on him to throw 50 times a game. That's when the Saints have dominated this division. That's how Carolina was when they dominated the division in the early 2010s.
3 in a row, 3 championships, NFC championships, South championships.
Yeah. So like I said, we can talk about we need a new quarterback, or we need to draft a new quarterback, get rid of Matt Ryan. His era is over. But the thing is, if your team, like I said, the culture of a team changes when you change the trenches and the defense. Am I right? I just want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah, you're correct.
I know some of these folks think we dumb as hell as far as talking football. I just want to make sure I'm right.
Yeah, we know what we talk.
Yeah. We don't know what we're talking about, so we're just talking out the side of our own.
We 4-11. We don't know what we're talking about, but we still 4-11.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
But yeah, like I said, that's why I said I give the Saints the credit when they changed the culture from a finesse offensive team where Drew Brees was throwing the ball 5,000 yards a season and went to more of a defensive style. Started getting running backs that complement each other.
Made that. He passed the ball 5,000 yards 3 times in a row, and those guys went 7 and 9 3 times in a row.
7 and 9. Who it sound like? Who that 7-9 record sound like? Sound like the Atlanta Falcons the last 2 seasons.
Okay. So Juice, so I want to get your take on kind of that hot topic right there.
Hey, I agree with you. We've been saying it all year long. Y'all know I love the defensive line. I love the trenches. Like when I was younger, when you're younger as a kid, you see the receivers, you see all of the running backs and stuff like that, the wide receivers. Personally, cornerback is my favorite position to watch. Prime time, Deion Sanders was my first favorite player and is my favorite player of all time in NFL history. So I always loved defensive backs. But as I got older, I started to pay attention to the trenches and started to pay attention to teams that won all the time. And I noticed that the teams that were physical, that had the defensive linemen, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Joey Porters back in the day, James Ferriers, the physical guys, the Casey Hamptons of the world, those guys back in the day. Even if you want to look at New England, the Vince Wilfork in the trenches, those teams won all the time. The Richard Seymours, like those guys were the teams that won consistently in the trenches. Even if you look at any team you want to look at that consistently wins, the Baltimore Ravens, the trenches is always right. On defense, they always have big guys in the trenches. They're always a physical team, no matter who's been their quarterback, no matter who's been their head coach. And that's the problem with Atlanta. Like, we need to be more physical. When, like you talked about it, in our division, Carolina, when they were dominating, they had Cam Newton, they had Jonathan Stewart running the football. What's the other kid they had?
D'Angelo
Williams running the football. Mike Tolbert running the football. Cam Newton running the football. And then they had the trenches was right. Front seven was right. Lou Kuechly, Davis as the other tandem linebacker. And then they had in the middle K'Wan Short, mucking up everything in the middle.
Don't forget Starla Tualui. Yeah.
Starla Tualui. But they had guys that, look, these guys are no-name players, but they were physical. They dominated. They almost went undefeated. If it weren't for us beating them in that last game, they went 15-1 their Super Bowl year. So that just shows you, like, the culture in Atlanta just has to change. I know we're an offensive team. We like to throw the ball down the field, and you can still be an offensive team. Because when I think about the Saints, to me, the Saints are still not a defensive team. Their identity, first thing you mentioned the Saints, you mentioned Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, and Alvin Kamara. Those are the first three players that come out of everybody's mouth. They don't mention nothing about Cam Jordan. That's not the first person out of it. They don't mention nothing about Onyemata. They don't mention nothing about DeMario Davis. I mean, they got some dogs on that defense now. Don't get me wrong, but their bread is still buttered on that offense. And it's the same thing for the Falcons. We don't have to be the 85 Bears, but what does Mike always say? What is his favorite line? We must get timely stops. A defense that gets timely stops can win a Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs doesn't have a dominant defense. They didn't have a dominant defense last year, but they got timely stops, timely turnovers. In 2016, we didn't have a dominant defense. We had got timely stops, timely turnovers, strip sack fumbles by Vic Beasley, interceptions by Robert Alford for touchdowns. It was just at the right time, at the right moment. And that's the problem with this Falcons team. We're not getting timely stops. We're not getting timely turnovers. Every time we have a chance at making a timely stop, what happens? AJ Terrell dropped interception. Younghoe Koo missed field goal. That's what wins games, and that's what loses games. And every time this season, we haven't made the plays down the stretch of games. And that's why I continue to say we don't need to destroy this team. We don't need to tear this roster up. There's nothing wrong with the roster. We need to add a couple of ancillary pieces to go along with what we currently have. Keep Matt Ryan, keep Julio Jones, keep Calvin Ridley, and add to the trenches. On the offensive line, the defensive line, and add a decent running back, and add an offensive coordinator that understands balance. If we do those things, we're right back in contention next season.
And I want to hit this one up, too. The same guy said we hold Kansas City to the lowest point of the season. The offense can't score any points. That's one game. We got to look at the whole totality of the season. Not just one game. Not just one game. The totality of the season. So, yes, we hold Kansas City to its lowest point total ever in the lowest point total of the season. But what we always say, football is any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
Kansas City played bad. We didn't take advantage. At the end of the day, it's not just Matt Ryan. It's the whole team. It's the mentality. It's the mentality that has hurt this team all season by not finishing on plays and finishing plays at the end of the game.
I just want to ask something real quick, KStlyz. How do you finish games? Because that's in the NFL. How does good teams finish games? Because that's another problem that will crush this whole debate about Matt Ryan.
How do teams finish games?
The good teams in the league. How do they finish off games? Finish you off.
So basically, for what my take would be as far as the good teams, like I said, it's coming up with them turnovers when you need it. It's coming up with that key third down stop when you need it.
Say it again.
That key third down stop that you need. It's timely stops, taking advantage of turnovers. I believe, yes, the offense could score more points in the second half if it have to, but the only problem is with that is if the other team is making adjustments and we're not making adjustments, that's not just a quarterback issue. That is a coaching issue. Coaching, like I said, you can have a great team, but if your coaches ain't worth a damn, like I said, you're basically gonna end up with a mediocre team.
I like your answer, KStlyz, but we have a friend that's phoning in, and this is the answer that I was looking for.
Run the goddamn ball. I'm gonna just say it. Run the ball.
That's how you ice the game. That's how you ice the game away, right there. There are all 404 just told you run the ball. Run the ball when they know you running it. Run the ball. We ain't learned that yet. That's how we lost the Super Bowl. We 4 years, and this is why I say we remediate. We 4 years later. It's 2016. What cost us to lose that Super Bowl? We didn't run the ball. We're in 2020, and we still not running the football. The way that you ice games, you run the football, and then how do you go and finish them off? If it's on defense, you go and sack the quarterback. You go take the football away from him. That's the way that you win games, and that's why this Falcons team. Because what do we struggle at doing? What does this Falcons team struggle at doing? Getting after the quarterback, getting sacks, and running the football.
That's why we always lose.
That's the reason we losing. So I don't want to hear about the Falcons had a 50-point lead, but we can't run the ball and we can't sack the quarterback. That don't matter because we ain't gonna be able to take the ball away from nobody. So that don't matter. Eventually, you're gonna drop a pass because that's been the problem. Matt Ryan's not perfect, and the wide receivers are not perfect. Calvin Ridley's gonna drop a football once in a while. Russell Gage is gonna drop a football once in a while. I haven't seen too many running backs fumble the football towards the end of the game. That's our problem. It's that simple. Get after the quarterback, run the football. That's gonna be my new keys to victory.
We're gonna make a t-shirt out of it. Just say run the damn ball.
Run the damn ball.
Hey, man. I want y'all to hit the comment right here. This is Wallace Smith. He said, I don't understand why our young fans want to draft a quarterback in the first round and still have the same problems and not fixing the defense.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue we having. We still like I'm trying to not sneeze, but
Mike, before you go, what part of drafting the quarterback is going to help us run the football and sack the quarterback?
In some of their cases, the quarterback is going to be the running back, and the quarterback.
Oh man! Well, the quarterback can run the ball.
Yeah, but the quarterback can't get sacks neither. We done put a stat up that said that the Falcons have 28 sacks this season, and 16 of those was from the defensive line.
We got 20-something sacks, and we done given up 40-something sacks.
Yeah. So that says that your trenches are not there yet.
That said, we Charmin soft, like y'all always say.
Let me say this. You said the defensive line got 16 sacks.
Hold on, let me put this up.
There it is.
Great. They don't even deserve Charmin. They just great value.
They got a great value.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
Just think about this. You just said the defensive line has 18 sacks?
16 sacks.
16 sacks. Think about this. And this is going to blow a lot of people's mind when I say this. Vic Beasley had 15 and a half sacks himself in 1 year. We as a team, as a defensive line, have
nine defensive linemen that's in the game. That's 9 defensive linemen that didn't play. Nine.
That's absolutely atrocious. And y'all sitting up here talking about we need a quarterback. Come on, bro. Gotta stop it. Stop it.
Woo. Ooh, I want y'all to hit this one up too. Ice Finesse said this one. Justin Fields is the same as Haskins, the same as Cardale Jones. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings right there.
I'm a Georgia boy. I've seen Fields. I've seen him make some. I haven't really seen him like that's what really. I'm not even gonna say that. I haven't seen enough out of him as a passer to get any type of feeling whether or not he can be good or bad. That's not good at all for any quarterback that's going. We're talking about coming out of college. I don't know. I haven't seen enough film on him as a passer. That's troubling. For a guy that's a junior, that's troubling. You want a guy that it's like going for a job interview and they ask you, do you have experience in this? Do you have experience here? You say, no, I don't really have experience. Then your ass ain't gonna get the job. They're not gonna get a job to no inexperienced guy. They're gonna get a job to a guy with the most credentials who's put in the work and they've actually seen him do it. Somebody can vouch for him. That's why they got what you call referrals. Somebody actually seen your work, okay? I haven't seen enough, and I'm talking about being a Georgia fan. Even at Ohio State, I haven't seen enough from him as a passer to say whether or not he's going to be a good. I'm not taking the guy that I haven't seen enough of. We're talking about to be a franchise player. Come on, bro. That's crazy. That's insane.
So I got a question. So since we're talking about Justin Fields and Ohio State, in the NFL, what would you think would be the percentage of snaps that a quarterback has to take under center?
They take more under center than they take, depending on what scheme you in. But most of them, unless you're playing for the Arizona Cardinals, where they kind of running like a spread under Cliff Kingsbury, a lot of, especially here with the Falcons, we take all of our snaps under center, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Other than when we go 4 wide.
I just looked something up. Ohio State's offense takes snaps under center under 25% of the time.
See, now, 80%, over 80% that you're in it gun, nah, bro, that ain't gonna work, because if you don't have that, that hand comeback and footwork and experience under center, those are where those keys fumbles come in at hand. Those key fumbles, those key snaps that miss snaps that lead to turnovers, bro. No, hell no. I'm good on that, bro.
Yeah, so that means they're in shotgun almost 80% of the time.
80% of the times. That's crazy. No, I'm good.
Yeah. So if we're talking about the field, that means we're going to have to literally go to that Cliff Kingsbury offense in order for him to succeed. So which means your offensive line is going to have to be smaller than what it is.
And another thing that actually gives the defense the heads up. You give them the heads up on you, because they know, just based on the formations and what his ability, what they've shown in the past, like you're not going to get under it. So guess what? They're going to put out like they doing to Lamar Jackson right now. All they doing is just putting corners on. So what the Ravens are doing now, they just going to big sets to try.
Yeah. Yeah, because all the physical. Yeah, because all the teams that are winning are not in shotgun 70-80% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to have a running game. I don't give a damn what quarterback you have. You ain't even, like I said, if your running game is on point, you don't have to get a Justin Fields. You don't have to get one of them top quarterbacks. If your defense is on point, like I said, and I said this on the show last night. I'm just wondering if y'all remember a certain quarterback, David Carr, right?
I remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember that first season in Houston with David Carr?
He got murdered.
Yeah.
He got sacked 80 times.
80 times. Damn. I forgot about that. Yeah.
He didn't last too long either.
Oh, man.
This boy was dinking and dunking, averaging 4 yards a pass after that season.
Traumatized.
Yes. So the thing is, like with a young quarterback, and I'm going to reiterate this again, just so I want to make sure that I'm right. I'll make sure y'all agree with me and make sure that I'm saying the right thing. As a young quarterback, if you have a young quarterback, what are the two things that you need for a young quarterback to succeed? Well, 3 things.
A running game, that's always number one.
Number 1.
Solid defense.
Number 2. And offensive line capable of protecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you run the ball, you protect your quarterback automatically. And that's what our fans fail to realize. Like when you run the football, you're taking, that's half of those plays that your quarterback will be dropping back. Like we talked about Matt Ryan having 40 plus sacks and all of this. If you hand the ball, when we have Michael Turner, we would hand the ball to Michael Turner 30 plus times a game, 25, 30 times a game. That cuts down your sack numbers right there. You can't sack Matt Ryan if you don't got the football.
Exactly.
So I just want to make sure that I had the right mindset on thinking on this, because, like I said, if you're in a win now mode, a quarterback in the first now is not a win now mode. That's a win down the line mode right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Now I had the right mindset on this.
Oh, absolutely, man. We're gonna get to these. We're gonna get to the 2-point conversion, but just want to see if everybody in the comment section, man, everybody that's watching. You guys, this is the last call for questions, man. If you guys got something that you want for us to, to speak on real quick, we can do that. But yeah, let's do this 2-point, man. I think it's been a day. It's been a year. The hell with the day. It's been a year, man. You want to go, KStlyz? Who want to go? I mean, I could go. I can definitely.
You can go first, man.
Dude, I'm ready. Whenever you, I'm about to fire off. So hey.
Hey, man. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna reiterate. This is not a Matt Ryan channel. Okay. I want to make sure you guys understand this. All right. This is a channel for everyone. Mostly Atlanta Falcons, because of course we Atlanta Falcons fans. But if you're a Saints fan, or you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, hell, if you even it doesn't matter. Bucs fan, Tom Brady fan. If you guys want to come here and chat football and just, sit here and have fun and debate with us, you're more than welcome. But I'm going to say this also, and I'm going to make this very clear. Content creators, you got to do better, man. We got to do better, because we have a lot of people that is watching us, and whether, people in the comment section, you don't see us as somebody that, is a quote unquote celebrity. you do have, some type of influence over someone. Someone admires you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's no, weird way, but like somebody admires you in some type of way. You are now responsible, man. So you can't be out here sharing these damn, these narratives that are not true. You know what I'm saying? You putting out all this content out will have truth, and most of this stuff is just made up garbage anyway. No stats, no facts behind it, no truth behind it, no history behind it. You just out here just making content just to piss people off. No respect, no love for you guys, man. And like I said, man, all this clickbait crap, you're not gonna get clickbait from here. You're gonna get the absolute truth, whether you like it or not. Matt Ryan haters, you guys are more than welcome. But when you come in here being, calling people names and all that type of stuff, being overly disrespectful, that's when you get blocked from the channel. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time we block people from the channel, when you just being overly disrespectful. So everybody is welcome, man. Everybody's welcome here. That's pretty much what I have to say. Jude, what you got, man?
All right, man. So first off, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is the last game of the season, y'all. We made it through this rough 2020 season, but we continue to, ride it out with our team. We're real fans. So no matter who puts on that jersey, I'm always going to be a Falcons fan. I'm a Falcons fan before I'm a Matt Ryan fan. I know y'all think we talk a lot of trash about Michael Vick, and it's not really us talking trash. We just giving you guys the stats and the facts. I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan because of Michael Vick. I grew up in the same area in Virginia, the Hampton Roads area as Michael Vick, and I love Michael Vick. He's the main reason why I became an Atlanta Falcons. But I have to keep it real. Matt Ryan is the best quarterback to ever put on this jersey, period. He's broken all of the records. He holds all of the pass touchdown records in Atlanta Falcons history. He's top 10 in passing all time, and he's continuing to break records. So let's just give this man his flowers while he's here, while he's still playing. You never know. We all know that football is a dangerous sport. Mm-hmm. Just ask Ryan Shazier of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the linebacker that got injured. You can be in here one play, and your career can be over the next play. So let's really respect these guys. All of that beta male stuff, let's stop all of that, talking about how tough players are, because half of us couldn't even step between those white lines and play one down. So let's be real. Let's keep it real. But I just want to do something real quick. Since this became like the Matt Ryan show, since Matt Ryan's getting all of this hate, and since I was talking about your quarterback doesn't make the team, I'm going to go down the playoff teams, each playoff team, and I want you guys to tell me which one of these quarterbacks is better than Matt Ryan. If the quarterback is better, if it's questionable, I'll give you my opinion, and then I want KStlyz and Mike's opinion. Okay, so I'm in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes. I'll say Pat Mahomes at this point. I'll give him the edge over Matt Ryan. Been an MVP. I'll give him the edge. What you say, KStlyz?
Super Bowl MVP. Like I said, you can't knock them credentials.
What you say, Mike?
Matt Ryan can't knock it, man.
Can't knock.
Yeah, he's the guy right now. No disrespect to him. He's definitely playing the best and most dangerous.
That's one quarterback so far that's better. Buffalo Bills, Kyle Allen. Is he better than Matt Ryan? I won't say that yet because I haven't seen enough out of Kyle Allen. He's having one good season. He's had a decent season last year. He's having a good season this year, but I need to see more out of him. Matt Ryan's still better than Kyle Allen. What you say, KStlyz? And I'll put this on it. If Matt Ryan was the Buffalo Bills quarterback and we swapped them out, I still think the Buffalo would still be doing what they're doing with a Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan would do even better in that offense. What say you?
Yeah, because that's a more physical offense. So, yeah, that
give Matt Ryan the edge over Kyle Allen? I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Ryan regard.
Okay. I don't want to be too long, so I'm going to keep it short. Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think at this point.
Hell.
Yeah, at this point, Matt Ryan is way better than Ben Roethlisberger at this point. He just had the man that had elbow surgery. Let's be real.
This dude had elbow surgery throwing pass.
Exactly. This man was throwing tennis balls. Let's be real. Matt Ryan is better than this dude at this point. We don't even have to address that. Do we need to address Tennessee? Ryan Tannehill? Come on. Matt Ryan's better than him. What y'all say?
No, Matt Ryan better.
Easy. Ryan Tannehill.
But what do we say before that Tennessee had that Atlanta doesn't have? They got Thanos.
Yeah, exactly.
They're running behind Thanos. That's all you need to know.
My point I'm trying to make really quick. Now my 2-point conversion about to be long. It's about to be a 10-point conversion. But the point I'm making is we just talked about it. These guys on better teams. They're not better than Matt Ryan. They're just on they're playing for better teams or got better coaches. The Miami Dolphins, they don't even have a quarterback. They got 2 quarterbacks in one. They got Fitzmagic and they got Tua. Matt Ryan better than both of them by a mile.
In the playoffs.
Defense off the chain, though.
Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. Matt Ryan's better than Lamar Jackson. What say you got?
I don't think he's better.
Athlete, Lamar's gonna have him, but as far as talking about pure quarterback, Lamar still got a way to go.
And then this is a team that's on the border in the AFC, the Browns. We know he better than Baker Mayfield, so we're not going to have that conversation. We're not going to have that conversation.
He ain't worth it.
Let's go to the NFC because this one is going to get interesting. So Green Bay is the number 1 seed. Green Bay, I give Aaron Rodgers the edge over Matt Ryan. What say you guys?
Aaron Rodgers, yeah, definitely.
I can see that. He's playing much better. Yeah, I can say that.
Okay. Drew Brees. Matt Ryan better than Drew Brees at this point. Drew Brees can throw the ball 30 yards with velocity. Let's be real. Matt Ryan got him. What say you guys?
Right. That's 50-50 right there.
50-50? Okay.
That's 50-50 right there.
But let's keep it real. So far, the only quarterbacks we said are better, and this is the whole league we going down, the playoff team. The only quarterbacks right now we said are better than Matt Ryan is Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees is questionable, and that's it so far. That's 3 quarterbacks. Okay, let's continue. The Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson. I give Russell Wilson the edge over Matt Ryan. What say you guys?
I give him the edge.
Right now, yeah. Right now, yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 quarterbacks so far that we say is better out of 30-some teams in the league. Okay, we know he better than Alex Smith, the Washington football team. That's easy. Landslide, Matt Ryan. Tom Brady or Matt Ryan at this point in their career. Matt Ryan, easy.
Matt Ryan, easy.
KStlyz?
Yeah.
Easy. So that's only still 4 quarterbacks is better so far out of the list. And these are playoff teams. So you put, and basically what we're saying, if you swap Matt Ryan on these teams, they're still in the playoffs or even got a better record. Okay. The Rams, Jared Goff, Matt Ryan by a landslide. It's not even.
I can't say it. That's something like I said, he just a play action guy. That's all I.
Right.
I don't really see no variety in that offense though. That's
exactly. And you put Matt Ryan with Sean McVay, it's over. We've seen what he did with Kyle Shanahan. You put him with him, that's the MVP. That might be a unanimous MVP. Okay.
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky. The Bears are in the 7th seed right now. Mitchell Trubisky. That's no question. They can't even decide who their quarterback is.
You got to remember, according to Falcons fans, Mitchell Trubisky is better than Matt Ryan. You have to remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw that in there.
I want what they smoking.
Exactly.
And then the last team that's still in playoff contention, the Arizona Cardinals. Matt Ryan easy because Kyler Murray, he hasn't been in the league long enough. Still wet behind the ears. Breath still smelling like Similac. Easy, Matt Ryan. So we named 4 quarterbacks. Now, I don't know what the chat is saying, but 4 quarterbacks. That's my 2-point conversion. It's only 4 quarterbacks in the league that we said is better than Matt Ryan. Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and it was questionable Drew Brees. I say Matt Ryan's better than Drew Brees at this time because I think now people are living off the legacy of Drew Brees. If you could take one of those quarterbacks now for the next 3 years, you're taking Matt Ryan over Drew Brees if you're keeping it 100. And that's my point. That's my 2-point conversion. is that we're looking at teams. We're saying that Matt Ryan is not a good quarterback. But if I just named all these playoff teams, I didn't even mention the teams that are bottom feeders that will take Matt Ryan in a hot New York minute. So these are these playoff teams will trade for Matt Ryan. If we told Sean McVay, we'll give you Matt Ryan, you give us Derek Carr, we'll do that in a hot second.
Hey, I'm about to say San Francisco say they willing to get the whole damn.
We know that.
Remember, they already talking about putting Dan Quinn on that defensive coordinator spot. So
y'all can take it. That's look. I rest my case. I just went through pretty much the whole league of playoff teams, and we just seen people telling me that Matt Ryan's not a top 10 quarterback. We just said there's only 4 quarterbacks that even are in the debate to be better than this man. 4. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. Meaning Matt Ryan is a top 5 talent in this league. So at this point, it's no need to keep debating, keep arguing with these fans. Just respect it. Matt Ryan's going to be here until he retires. Let's just respect it. Let's call a spade, and I'll let Mad Mike take it.
Oh, man, goddamn, you going to skip me? Goddamn.
Okay, I'll take it. My fault.
You good, man? Because prove it, talking about these men have won Super Bowls. You do remember that a Super Bowl is not an individual achievement.
Man, you gotta play defense. Y'all act like you ain't gotta play defense.
That's not an individual achievement. That is a team achievement, which means the defense is on point for 4 quarters. That means the offense is on point for 4 quarters. That means the coach is on point for 4 quarters, and the special team is on point for 4 quarters. So,
tell him, KStlyz. Joe Flacco got a Super Bowl. Where's Joe Flacco right now?
Yeah. So in that case, Joe Flacco is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. Trent Dilfer is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan. Let's see. Oh,
Brad Johnson.
Hold on. I got the list over here. I could look at this list right quick. Yeah. They basically said Trent Dilfer is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan ever would.
Right. Come on, man.
Nick Foles is a better quarterback.
Said Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan.
Nick Foles can't even start over Mitchell Trubisky. Let's stop playing, man.
But I'm gonna go. But on a serious but funny note, I'm gonna definitely go with this 2-point conversion. Like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Like I said, regardless of what what team affiliation you have, like I said, we appreciate you. It don't matter what you do. Like I said, you part of this family no matter what. Because at the end of the day, we all just chopping up football. So like I said, you just make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for ATL and Sports Zone with Bit, Low, Country, Sports, and Terror Artist 404. Followed by Lush Exchange with Miss Maggie T.
Miss Maggie T. In the damn comments at the damn fool.
So like I said, if y'all listen to previous shows, this might be a show y'all might not want to miss. So y'all go ahead and check that out. We got Friday night film study with Big Low Country Sports, and whichever the hell one of us shows up, so you're gonna see it.
It might be all of us. It might be
all of us.
So that Ron, I need to pull up. I don't usually pull up on film study, but I need to pull up that night.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, we got Red Clay Sports Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. So make sure you check that out too. And like I said, hey, Jew, I was about to say a lot. Like I said, a lot of the chat will say like Josh Allen is up there. Like I said, Josh Allen's having a hell of a season.
You act like a man. Y'all act like somebody hit a one long 3-pointer, and now all of a sudden he's Steph Curry. That's one 3-pointer. Shut up.
Or you said they on the Andre Drummond shoot a 3-pointer.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Hey, look, Sean Jones over here talking about Quavo better than Matt Ryan.
Quavo better than Matt Ryan.
See, I know he bullshitting because he know that. but I'm gonna get on a serious note on this one. We're like I said, this is gonna go just to the Falcon fans as far as just how we interact with each other, because that's why I said that this year, definitely, as far as this upcoming draft, is going to be an interesting year, because the Falcon fan base is already split. As far as you got people that's going to ride with Matt Ryan, and you got the people that want to get rid of. But we have a situation here where we have people that want to get rid of Matt Ryan, calling people that want to keep Matt Ryan idiots, stupid, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about, retards, all that stuff. Or like, how dare y'all have a platform and say that Matt Ryan is good when he's terrible. So a lot of those people that I would challenge, as far as you go ahead and put your content out and say why Matt Ryan is bad and why he's terrible and why you think he's the worst quarterback Atlanta has ever had, since that's where a lot of this is coming from. The thing is, with this divisiveness that we have with this fan base, is what actually makes the Atlanta Falcon fan base the worst fan base in football, because we don't appreciate the guys that are here no matter what. Because I don't know if y'all saw that press conference that J.J. Watt had, where basically he was talking about folks that's, like I said, just doing their job and playing here for the fans and all that stuff like that. The fans he was talking about were basically the fans that was going to ride with the team no matter what the situation was. Because we have to remember, even though the Texans are 4-11, Deshaun Watson's second in the league, about second or third in the league in passing. So they passing the ball. But what I'm going at it is, Falcon fans do not need to be so divisive on the situation. Like I said, you can debate a situation, but when you get to a point where you start attacking people's character, manhood, and all that stuff because there is a difference of opinion from yours, then it becomes a problem. It's toxic. And like, for people that are like that, I would rather, I would rather cheer for, like I said, for me personally, even if the Falcons go 0-16, this is still my team. It don't matter who the quarterback is. Like I said, if Matt Ryan get traded in the offseason, that's fine. That's what the organization wants. But I'm going to show appreciation for what he did here regardless. Because if we be real honest with you, like I said, he could have been gone after year 3. Like I said, Julio Jones could have been gone after year 3. Like I said, you have to appreciate these guys that was willing to stick through the struggle. And this goes in life in general. The people that you have around you, if they're willing to stick with you through the struggle, them are the people that you want in your circle. Now, if you got people that's willing to throw you off the wayside because you didn't give them $5, and like I said, you don't want those people around you. And I asked people that, and like I said, and this is a serious question that I would ask a lot of the people that be mad at Matt Ryan because he didn't deliver a Super Bowl. I about to say, y'all have parents, right? Like I say, you have both of your parents. Your parents did everything they could to make sure you had a good life. But I'm using this as an example. So they decide not to get you that Mongoose 5-speed bike. They're bad parents because they didn't give you that bike. So you have to have that mentality like that. Because at the end of the day, this is football. These players are not playing for these franchises. They're playing for their families. And I don't, like I said, beyond popular belief, like if y'all hate Matt Ryan, that's fine. But if you debate somebody, say why you don't like this quarterback. Don't just say that he sucks and he's terrible and not have nothing behind it. Have no behind it. Because now you just sound you just
You sound like a hater. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
I was gonna say it worse. I was gonna say you sound like a bitch, but
Well, I'm gonna say easy word. Sound like a hater.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna use as a hater.
Sound like a player hater.
Player hater. Yeah. That's the player that got the wall. Like everybody got the Louis Vuitton suits and stuff. These motherfuckers walking around with the Kmart suit.
Right.
With the $13 Giorgio shoe, the $13 George shoes. So, like I said, if we debate it, like I said, if you debate with certain people, like I said, have some points behind you. Don't get personal. This, like I said, this is football. This is not supposed to be personal because we're not on the field playing the damn game ourselves. We just talking, like I said, we just talking as fans and fans of what we see. So, like I said, that's why I always say I keep my circle at least small enough to where I don't have to worry about that type of bullshit. And I know I've been cussing a lot here and all that stuff, but sometimes like what SpongeBob SquarePants said in that episode, cussing is sentence enhancers. That means people gonna listen. But like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, don't attack a man's character. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. Don't hide behind him.
Because God knows I don't like LeBron James. Everybody know that about me. I can't stand his freaking guts.
But you respect this game, though. You respect this game, though, Mike.
I respect this game, though, man. That's all. Like, yeah, that's everybody know I respect this game, man. I can't stand it over court. But you know what it is? That's like, that's just healthy debate, man. It's just all about healthy debate, healthy sports debate. I don't hate the man as a man. It's just all about the game. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like I said, like Joy said, like I said, about why does it matter? It's their opinion. Like I said, the opinion is fine, but like I said, you have certain people that will attack us for having a different opinion from them, and that's where I'm coming from with that. Because, like I said, I'm gonna use my personal experience. Like I said, I ain't done YouTube this long. I'm new to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a couple times when I've been called a retard because I done said something that they didn't agree with, somebody didn't agree with. I got called a retard by a priest. You know how fucking weird that sounds? A guy that's supposed to be for the Lord, and I get called a retard because I didn't agree with what he said.
Man, look, I've been called the dumbest person, and I've been called the dumbest Falcons fan. The dumbest. I've been called a lot of stuff.
Exactly. So, like I said, we try not. We don't show them none of that energy. Like I said, we here for the people that's in this chat. Like I said, if you have a difference of opinion from us, like I said, that is fine. But once you get disrespectful and start attacking people's character, that's when you get blocked. Because it could get worse. You can get your ass roasted on this motherfucker. But we're trying to keep this a PG show.
We won't stop. I keep going.
KStlyz, tell them like Richard Sherman said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Exactly.
Case closed.
Exactly. Like I said, when Matt comes, the haters come. But like I said, if I defend Matt Ryan, if Mike defends Matt Ryan, if Juke defends Matt Ryan over here, like I said, it's nothing wrong with a debate. But once you start attacking a man's family because he don't agree with what you say, then we have a problem. And if you got a problem, if you got that kind of problem, then you come on the show and you you get your grievances out. Like I said, don't hide behind a image, don't behind an icon. Show your face.
Show your face, please.
That's all I say. Like I said, if you want to attack us personally, come on the show, show your face, and we can get it cracking for real.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the point right there.
I guess that's it, man. We appreciate everybody for joining us again tonight. Not tonight. What the hell am I talking about tonight? Tomorrow night, 8:00, we got the ACL and Sports Zone. Once again, do not forget Lush Exchange with Nikki V and Maggie T. All right, they're gonna be up there talking about pussy. Damn, my bad. Damn it. See, this is why man Mike can't go on rants, because I can't control myself. Okay, I can't control myself. My bad, y'all. They talk about some adult stuff. All right, 18 and above. 18. So all you kids, if you're 17, 16, 14, 13, do not tune into Lush Exchange, because I don't want your mamas calling us, emailing us, hitting me on my channel. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. All right. So check out Lush Exchange. Miss Maggie T, man, she always doing her thing. She hiding right now. She thinks her hair nappy. She ain't got no makeup on, all that type of stuff. So she don't want to be seen today. So y'all go check out her channel. She got a channel. I think she's like at 140. Help her get through 200, man. At least for the year. The year is out, man. You already know. Jew Talk Sports. He's trying to hit that. He's trying to hit that 1,000, man. KStlyz, he's trying to hit that 1,000 too. KStlyz, he's trying to hit that 1,000.
I'd be lucky to hit 6.
I knew he was gonna do that. I had to set you up. But yeah, keep supporting us, man. We truly appreciate it. Like I said, man, everybody's welcome here, man. Everybody be respectful of everybody's opinion and not, that constant going back. I try not to call y'all stupid, even though y'all some dumb motherfuckers. All right, but that's all we got to say. That's all I got to say, man. That's it. Peace.
Everybody be saying I look different without these guys. I look the same. I just don't look like I got glass in front of my eyes. I got contacts on, so it's the same thing. If I ain't got no glasses or contacts on, I can't even see the screen.
Hey, man.